Hello, hello. My name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. We are going to drop some ink on this scroll, scrying for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on tarot and oracle, and where Mr. Ghost here is. We have Ghost Tube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric adventures. Overall, please do receive release freely. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome home. Your time, attention, awareness is appreciated, and your presence and perspective is powerful. So when you're ready, let's go. Let's go. Quick things. Oh, my pen, you're not going to be able to see it. Name Kenneth came through, Alex, and 35, which I'm guessing is somebody's age. That's what I felt. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home, like I said. As a reminder, we are here to create a portal to perceive in, less worrying about making a masterpiece. Always feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel, as your reflections do deepen the reading well beyond the moment and perspective of just mine. As careful. Well, you're welcome to just drop an emoji. Any interactions with the channel, to be honest with you, is greatly appreciated, and all the links are below to help account grow. When you're ready, if you haven't already fast forwarded, that's okay. Fast forwarded or fast forward? Let's go. Taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. No activating regret. The abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of anyone here at any time, thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. All right, there's the ink blot. If you'd like to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time, personal use only, but feel free to do so. Okay. I feel like there's something else I was supposed to say there, but yeah, it's gone. All right, Roosters. Here comes the rooster. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm trying to say the song I'm hearing. Is it Alice in Chains? Rooster. These are rooster cheerleaders. And also dancer can dancers. Oh, I had to remember to breathe there. Okay. I'm going to follow this as a face or two faces talking, but actually these are hearts, like chest talking, high heart, human heart, because these are the heads Stalker. Up here. But I am actually following this back here, and this becomes another head out of the top of my head. Not the crown, but kind of like... Okay, let's say one aspect of the crown, but then this is coming out. Maybe like the shadow crown, or... I'll have to think about that, because there's something there. I'm just not sure if I'm supposed to say, which is weird. Anyway, it's not the point. And then this becomes another face. It's like talking heads. Talking heads.
Open.
Do you know Laura? Is a low rider. Dun 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 dun. I'm like, I have my my hand or my hand or my arm. I feel like I'm being cool or trying to be cool in the car. Maybe I'm like leaning back. But by doing so, something becomes like... I'm sorry if this is weird. It's like I'm being all cool and cash, but then this conversation can take place maybe with like a partner or partnership. Maybe for some specifically as
Laughing.
is paranormal. You're here, so I'm guessing you have some sort of rubbing up against the veil with the paranormal, supernatural, unobstructed universe. Call it what you will. It feels pretty cool. And I don't know how else to say that. I suddenly went into the movie Grease as well. Maybe it's those cheerleaders. Were they the pink ladies? This is very fun. This is very fun. If I didn't say so already, thank you so much for your support and for being here. We will flip this scroll and I will see you tomorrow. But let's start adding on some cards in the Shaman's Palm configuration.
Doom.
See if we can add on to this. You're saying Doom, but I don't. I heard Dune. Dune. Did I say that there was a Kenneth and an Alex that were coming through? Somebody's following your lead. They are under your wing. That's the better way to say that. They're not following your lead. Well, they are, but it's more so because they're under your wing. It's not wind beneath your wings, but it's the same feeling of freedom. Imagine if you're swimming, not even swimming. There's always a risk that I put ink or paint all over my face. Imagine you are pool, water,
Down.
ocean, wherever, and you're laying in the water, face up, floating, breathing, being, eyes are closed. My hands are almost like making snow angels in the water, but it's this very, very gentle movement. And while the sky sea is looking upon you doing this, it's like there's another, I want to say supernatural quite specifically, but I think it might be the supernatural self, supernatural being the best word I can describe. I could say higher self, soul, spirit form, but I'm going to use supernatural because that's what's
Louder.
coming through. And this version is in the sea sky, where it's almost like gravity or something along the lines works differently or reflectively because how they are heart belly forward, but their back is being held up. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to try to explain it. Yes. Okay, red crows. Not red like
Are you from here?
passion, even anger. No. Disconnect is in the cave of ice. Oh, okay, so that's where I was going in there. These red crows and the roosters communicate. There's also a pelican. The disconnect is an illusion because I am connected. And you know me, I always read art first. But if you are feeling iced out or bound or bind, let's say in a space of like a binding spell or removing spell, and you might utilize that water and ice to do that. So that might be for one or a few, and it's like all three, human heart, high heart, and holistic heart, it's very much so in the heart space, are united to disconnect from this energy. If that's for one person, please receive that. I want to wander into the rabbit hole that I stepped into was the disconnect has de-thawed. There is a very large drum. This drum, it's almost like one of those in a marching band, like it's in front or it's held somewhere like that or by one hand, but it's massive. It's not a hand drum. It's not even the size of like a big clock. It is big, and somebody, oh, it's a boom, boom. It's almost like with these cheerleaders, these are band members. There might really be somebody here as well that is, or a spirit stepping forward indigenously, because I'm like band members, council, this drum, it's big. Because I'm also seeing, as I'm seeing it this way, like the band, I'm also seeing it like you would imagine a cauldron, let's say, like the top of the cauldron. But I know that's not a cauldron. It's a big drum. There's a bunch of people. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. Or ba, 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 ba. And it speeds up and it slows down. But this is almost indicative of different heartbeats of the human heart, the high heart, and the holistic heart. Because there's also okay, I'm going to call it a sacred satchel or a medicine pouch, something along the lines. I don't know if this is something you have, something you're looking for. It doesn't have to be necessarily indicative of the traditional indigenous ways, but it's symbolic, and maybe in your culture traditions you have something along that lines. Whatever that is, though, I'm seeing it indigenously as this like pouch. And it hangs around a neck, but it's not actually on my neck. And it's being asked to be brought back in or changed out. Whatever the substance would be inside of it. Maybe for some it's a crystal, maybe for others it's herbs. I don't know what's in this. It's okay. Yeah, okay.
Mother.
Cave of Winds is location. Entertainment in the Cave of Hearth Fires. Can I just get out the whole palm here, shaman's palm, and then be able to take in the story as like one big vision board of sorts? Privilege and bohemium are in the Cave of Rivers of Feeling. Cave of Earth is play. All right, thank you. On the bottom we have Evermore. Adorable. Thank you. I need my contemplation crystal ball. Okay.
Can you hear
the
him?
location of this medicine pouch, satchel, crystal, whatever symbol you might be using or item that you're using to represent something spiritual to you. Your spiritual connection. It's about the connection. I feel like I might be hiding from something. There's a space of hide and seek here. It is all very entertaining of the heart. Maybe even just the human experience is feeling very entertaining. That's not to take away from the tragedy and comedy of it or to add to it, actually, to be honest with you. There's something else going on here. See how these folks in this entertainment card, but I'm also getting it like a family photo, your tribe,
How are you?
Your team. You might have 4 guides that you work with very specifically, and you are...
I'm lost.
possibly lost, but you're here. So feel found. Please feel found. But it's like you are the fifth making that pentagram, or I guess star, whatever feels good to you, to bring in the frequencies of directions,
press,
locations, and people are entertained differently. This could also be your spirit team that you're working with specifically, that you might be hiding from this little bit, or being very playful with it. Being very playful with it. Well, we do have play over here. These feel like the cool guys, the lowriders. The lowriders. I also want to note as I come over here into the Cave of Earth, or your pentacles, if I may, this person on there, on this little horsey, doesn't feel like they're having fun. Or it's like,
mirror,
go outside and play, and you're like, I don't want to go outside and play. There's something that's being outgrown and can be appreciated as an heirloom that will, if you choose, become just like the satchel or the medicine, I don't know, sorry, what it's called, whatever this thing is. Maybe it's your purse for you, or a pocket. It will become a power item to connect to these really cool energies or creatures. I will tell you, Mia Steph's, I always want to apologize for my awkwardness, but I'm not apologizing. But I do care. I am aware of how awkward it can be, but thank you. Is both of these cards, one makes me feel structured and one makes me feel like
I want it,
free, nomad. And I'm trying to decide, or at least by looking in here in my feelings, where I feel free to kind of be and maybe play, and then also the seriousness, the structure. But then I'm seeing, as I said that, because I was going to put structure and seriousness together, but then I was thrusted quite specifically into a playground where the structure of the playground created the very conditions for me to play in. Which I can do so freely. And it's almost like appreciating said structures, design elements, and to wander and weave
trapped,
freely, like the nomad bohemian kind of free spirit. But yes, in whatever channel this might relate to, personal, professional, corporate, creative, romantic, platonic, the seriousness in creating the expression of the structure is important. But there's creative play, seriousness,
happy,
creative play. Does that make sense? I think so. I don't know. Okay, let's add on a crow card and then we will get ready to go. I hope this did serve, inspire, support, educate, or entertain. Thank you so much for being here.
danger,
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Anomaly.
attic,
Release.
positive,
Oh, that's nice. You don't always say nice things. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Teamwork is on the bottom. It is a team here. Okay. So there's definitely spirit coming through. You might feel anonymous. Might appreciate and not even insert
Pagan.
and not whatever. Okay, it's not coming out of my face. If you have lost somebody,
Please leave.
and they have since been buried, cremated, please, it's just like this card up here. Imagine this team viewing this team down here. It's almost like different. There's, right, it's kind of like that structure, the work, because I'm seeing all those workmen on a building or something. It's a picture, and they're watching very in a structured line, but these ones are free form or flying free. It's like the crows and the roosters. The roosters make certain calls for the crows. I'm seeing them as stoplights. Very indicative of these two cards over here. But there's somebody in spirit that now is so large here. So it's almost like they're, if you're sensing a disconnect physically from the person in spirit or the pet, whatever the case is, know that they are larger than life, because life is limited by the structure of the bone system, the skeletal system. And they are now larger than life. They are now larger than life. There could be a side message here. Please do not be afraid of life. And when I say afraid, I'm not saying that to be triggering, to be like, I'm not a chicken. I'm not saying that. Maybe this is hiding from certain spells, hiding from certain tremors, heartbreaks, heart throbs, even, because I'm back with the indigenous.
Disgusting.
And it's like this pounding, this all these heartbeats at once. And also notably, and while not a kind word necessarily, disgusting, but it has its place, that coming back to somewhere in the beginning, like with this play, and it's just the comedy and tragedy of human existence in some ways is very, or can be perceived as, disgusting. And yet, you are here. The structure, you stepped into the structure. So it's almost like I don't want to be mad at the structure, but utilize it to the best of my advantage to create conditions so I can freely move through and feel. It's like channel making. And if you don't want to, you don't want to. You don't have to. No thanks. No thanks is fine. You're like, no thanks, I'm going to stay here a little longer. There's self-awareness here. But I got to come in, back to Alice in Chains, the Rooster, the can, the talking heads. Is that what I wrote down? Something along the lines. This feels supernatural. Before I go, there is a spirit directly, like so close, that wants to be of service, and it's a privilege to work with you. You are incarnate, currently in density.
I'm stuck.
They are over here. Hopefully you don't feel stuck, but if you are feeling stuck, maybe in like a creative block or spiritual block, reaching out to consciously to the spirit that wants to, wishes to, is waiting to be of service, to work with you in your structure, in the structure of existence, because they can move through it a little bit more effortlessly, but I don't want to take away their effort to also communicate. Maybe calling out to them. They could be a guide. I'm not sure that's the right word. I'm not sure it's the right word. They're right there. They're right there. And if this isn't in relation to maybe a spiritual block or a creative block, and you're moving through the stages of grief, please note that they're right there. And I know that's not in any way in an acute state of grief helpful, but I can't, like, they're just right there. I can't deny it. They're right there. Glowing. And for still, and I've realized that I have yammered on and probably repeated myself 10,000 times. I'm not. Teamwork is making the whole dream work. And being here in this space, some of you as well are sensitives and are working through where you may connect differently, or there's a gift evolving. This gift evolving is starting to glow. And I feel like if you've been ignoring it a little bit, you're not going to be able to for much longer. There may be two parts of you. One part that needs to be released and another part that will grieve that, whatever it is that you release. There may be two very specific things that you're doing that may fall away.
Amazing.
And fair enough. But that process, that would be like, okay, well, I'm just going to yammer on. You can well have clicked off by now, and that's cool. But if you're still here, thank you. And I love you.
Devil.
I am a Capricorn Del. Anyway, there are many times throughout the last little while that I know from or I've been told from my spirit team, we'll call them, whatever you like to call yours, you can release the tarot. You can release using cards. I know where they want me to shift to, and I've started introducing it from my private life into my personal, public personal life here, with more of the automatic writing, with the scrolls, and working with scrolls and ink and automatic writing more, and kind of releasing the added visuals of cards. But I do love them, and they know that so they're being very patient with me.
I'm inside it.
They're being very patient with me because I have to consider and make the choice. It's fine. I can choose to release more cards. You may have to choose to release a side hobby that you have going on because you've got 3 and you're like, you know what, I can only handle 1 right now, or whatever the case is. This is what it kind of feels like. Because with the can dancers, it's making me feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like I can't do that. I can't do that. But you can. You can do that. Evolution means letting things go to make space for other things to come in, or for at least an expansion. And if you're here, you know it's what I'm all about. Exploring and expanding. Sometimes that means contracting to, right? But we're doing this.
Dance.
I probably haven't done this justice. I'm a talking head. So I'm going to let you go. I will see you next time. We will flip this and we'll do it again. So much love.